back to another episode of Too Much Talk. Damn it, I half got there.
Jess was practicing and I said, don't bother practicing, Jess. You'll stuff it up for sure.
Yeah, now you jinxed me. Thank you.
So we're waiting for no practice next week and you might get it right.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. I'll just wing it. But as I said, I can't guarantee what we'll be saying.
Maybe Simon should do it.
Oh, no, that's really putting the pressure on me.
Oh, no, he'll start doing his hooly-doolies.
It's a lot more fun seeing Jess doing it.
Oh, thank you. So, it's been a fortnight. What have we been up to, guys?
I've been growing grass.
Oh.
That sounds pretty exciting.
Well, can you elaborate on what form of grass you're growing?
Oh, yeah, I better be specific about it. I know what you young people are like. No, I'm buffalo grass with a bit of kikuyu in it. I'm actually getting an area growing, so I've been, because of the weather, it's been taking a bit of tender loving care.
Bit more longer.
Yeah. And on top of that, I'm planning we might get concrete in next week for the start of the house pad. So
nice.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be good to get it in before winter. You know what's going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to rain next week. Watch out, people. We've got riding weather happening next week because Simon's going to get his pad laid. What have you been up to, Pruden?
I've had a pretty busy couple of weeks, actually.
Yeah?
Highlight for me was the Oz Day shows
down
at Langley Park. I was lucky enough to be invited to commentate or MC the trial show down there. We had 4 shows, one every hour from 3 till 6, and it was so much fun. And the guys, Mark, Ben, Mitch and Jack did such a wicked job. The riding was on point, and yeah, we had a whole heap of fun. I loved every bit of it.
There was a bit of a big crowd there as well.
Yeah, so every show got progressively bigger as the crowds sort of came in to watch the fireworks in the evening.
Nice.
And the last show we had was just next level. It was such a good feeling, yeah.
Now tell me, I've heard some gossip. Is this true? Now you're the commentator, you would have seen it. Did Ben Walling crash right in front of the girls and fall on concrete?
He did. It was probably the highlight of the day, to be fair. There was so we're on a grass oval, and Ben brought the front down on the trials bike, which had no front forks or front wheel in it, right on a concrete sewer pit lid. Like he couldn't have picked a better spot to come down. And his girlfriend was in the show.
Oh, he has a girlfriend.
We'll
breaking news. Oh, there's some breaking news.
Yeah.
Ben Walling has a girlfriend. Frank and Leanne, if you're listening, can we have details, please?
Even Ben doesn't know.
What's his name?
And as for my fortnight, I've just been hanging out with my folks because they've come down for a month. So I've been, hanging out with them, and I did a bit of furniture shopping on the weekend.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yes, I did.
IKEA?
No, Marketplace.
Bargain
Yes,
bargains,
bargain basement. So
people.
I've been collecting furniture because in the coming weeks, hopefully, maybe if I can sweet talk my dad to fixing up one piece of furniture that I bought and installing my shop in store. So yes, I've been marking out my little space in my zone.
Yeah. So it's going to be perfect because people can come in, buy a bike, buy some flowers so they can go home safely.
Well, no, what the plan is, they're going to go in and tell their wife that they spent $15,000 on a bunch of flowers and they got a bike for free.
That sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Oh, yeah.
And with the florals I make, I can make it look like they got $15,000 worth of flowers. So
awesome.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Now, on our... I'm really having a brain fart moment today.
News.
What's that thing? No, not news. The social comments. We asked... Oh, God, I'm really shocking at the show today. Do you want to host? Do you want to just swap?
No.
No. But we asked to hear from you guys. What was the hardest thing you had to overcome in your riding? Now, Pruden, you said there was something you had to overcome.
Yeah, well, I guess how this came about is each show we want to put up a clip that is either sent in by you guys or I've got a whole bunch in the vault. We're going to show that a little bit later, but it got us thinking. This particular clip is about something very difficult, and it involves pure determination to try and succeed at this particular thing, right? So we thought, what's the hardest thing that you've done and overcome? So can you, we're not going to play the video just yet. I think we'll leave that one to the end. But until we get there, we'd love to hear from you guys. Just hit us up in the comments. What's something that you've had to go through, something you've had to overcome on your bike? And we'd love, just share it with us. One that comes to mind for me, and this will go back to, it'll resonate with all the AWST crew when we're sort of out racing in the bush. There's a hill by the name of Export Hill, and it was the finishing hill for one of the tracks that we had. Yeah, Neil's nodding his head. He knows what I'm talking about. And this thing is an absolute beast. At the end of a 3-hour race, you've still got to get up this finishing hill, and you're exhausted to start with, and it's just an absolute mongrel. And I learnt some things about myself trying to get up this bad boy. So yeah,
of how well you can swear.
You've got to go next level and dig so deep. And the worst part is Craig's standing at the top of us, looking now with an export in hand, hurling abuse at you. Which, I don't know, it helps and it doesn't. That's a moment for me.
Oh, I was going to say, your overcome moment takes more than mine. Mine was just overcoming riding a bloody petrol bike.
Hey,
the fear in that bad boy. But luckily I did, and then found my 80 and found the love of my life.
Cool, love it.
What about you, Simon?
I don't actually. I've been trying to rack my brains, and I really honestly can't think of anything.
Oh well, that's.
It's the hardest battle that he's fighting at the moment, I suppose.
Well, that or staying alive.
Yeah, I got to say, remembering in the first place. Yeah. Yeah. No, I actually don't have anything I can think of.
All right, so hit us up, guys. What's your story? What have you done that's the hardest thing you've had to overcome in your riding career or experience?
Yes, let us know.
Awesome.
Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of tonight's show. But before we do, we have birthday wishes tonight. This big one goes out to Kyle Middleton, who is celebrating his 30th plus GST birthday. And for all you people out there, like Simon, who I explained to it, it's actually his 33rd birthday. So, you know, you get...
Wouldn't it be easier just to say his 33rd birthday?
No, everyone wants to keep celebrating your 30th.
I've got to get the calculator out and add in 10% to work out how old he was.
Oh, well, there you go.
When he turns 34, is it 30 plus GST and a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a little bit. So it'd be
you round up?
It'd actually be 33 and a third, in actual fact.
Well, then he'll be 33 and a third in a couple more months. And then we'll do another one to celebrate that.
Happy birthday, Kyle. All the best, mate.
Yep. Now, Simon, it was a busy weekend in Barcelona this weekend.
Yeah. So the official X-Trial World Championship Series kicked off at Barcelona. So that's the actual. Whilst there's been a number of world level indoors like the Sheffield, and there was one in France. I can't think of the name of the place now. Toulouse, that's it.
Chambray.
But the Barcelona round is the first of the X-Trial Championships, and it was a real doozy. The what's the name? Raga and Busto and obviously Bo were the faves. But of course Gabriel got in there and mixed it all up. He really is putting the pressure on the boys. And also the top 5 ladies were there for the women's trophy competition. And the end results of that round was Bo with 21 points, Gabriel with 15 and Busto with 13, who made the podium. So Gabriel is really on fire, and I reckon he's going to be knocking off Mr. Bo very shortly. He put a lot of pressure on him.
Did you put that clip up of the step that he annihilated?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen this. It's unreal.
So everyone got a 5 on this.
Yeah.
Even Bo, the man himself, scored a 5. I love how he's becoming more human. Here he goes. Oh, and he's down. But then look at this little pocket rocket. Look at him
He knew he
go.
was going to get it. Look at him wave into the crowd.
Look at
And
that.
doesn't he make it look easy when
Yeah.
But
when he gets
then
it?
there's
Yeah.
another clip that the FIM have put up with him riding that section, and boy, he was just so fluid. It was really magical.
Fire, haven't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
now, Neil, have you got a clip of that to upload? Oh,
Yeah. So while Neil's doing that, if oh, here we go. Let's have a look at this.
oh no.
Whoops.
Oh,
Hey,
We were.
don't look too closely at those
Yeah.
pictures.
but no, he is just, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was on fire.
He's on fire.
Ricky Bobby,
Yeah.
you are not on fire.
Woo.
No, but he was on fire.
Nice work. Nice work. Now, if you want to watch the X-Trial World Championship Series, if you go to www.x-trial
Just
TV
follow the link.
and follow the link that Neil will put up when he's finished mucking around there. There's some bargains for being able to watch it. You can watch it on demand within 72 hours. It's priced at $54 Australian. You can get a one event pass at about 12 bucks Australian. But get onto that link if you want to follow the World Championships there. That's awesome stuff there.
Beauty.
Now, there's been a little bit of mechanical tweakings and designings at Gas, I hear, along the grapevines.
Yeah, yeah. Gas has gone aquapronic.
Chronic Provic.
Provic. So yeah, they've come out with a new header pipe for the gasser. I think Neil's got that up showing us now. So that's going to be
very
really
sleek.
interesting to see how that performs. So there's a good one there for you.
And that debuted at the Barcelona
Yep.
Indoor Championships on Sunday as well.
Yes, that's right. So they'll be going to keep our ears to the ground to see what the goss is on that. Emma Bristow, of course, claimed the women's trophy at Barcelona, so that's awesome. And what's the name?
Someone's not watching his notes and is just
The-
destroying the plot of the news.
That was a really good pencil flick, I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
If you were watching at home, you saw that.
And
Rate
hang
the
on,
pencil flick out
wait,
of 10.
there's breaking
It was
news.
much better
Neil's
than
going to
intro.
bring me.
Just wait, there's been breaking news.
break.
Talking about these comments and everything else,
Yeah.
when you need to pause for a second because we've got comments.
All
Oh,
right,
well,
read
that's
them
when
out.
you normally, see, people, when we do a live show, I gently touch Neil's leg under the table.
Well, if Neil touches me, and then I can
can
touch
touch you, and we can be like a Chinese whispers thing. So we haven't quite communicated how we
Well,
can do this comment.
This touchy business. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a bit worried
We
about
don't
this.
get, we're not used to getting comments.
Before you jump on,
Yes.
you want me to
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
we'd love
next
to.
time, Neil, if there is a comment, just raise your hand.
Okay, I'll raise
Yeah,
my
because
hand.
we thought
Yes.
you were texting your girlfriend.
Yeah.
The first one up is Grant McCarthy is asking, does the Braap Daddy have his Crocs and socks on?
See the boys?
Are they Crocs? Are they a new
No,
design?
Crocs are a load of
Croc?
crap.
Crocs.
Oh,
No, I dislike Crocs, and I'm not alone. I do not have a hidden set away at home.
The next one up was Mark Austin was saying overcoming drop-offs on a trial sidecar.
Oh,
I think anything in a trial sidecar has got to be special.
Neil just forgot he had a microphone.
Yeah, I forgot I had a microphone. Mark Austin said overcoming drop-offs on a trial sidecar definitely need more commitment than on a solo.
Oh, I can imagine.
Richard
Yeah.
Baldwin said 12 hours to cover 100 kilometres on a road bike full of camping gear on wet clay on a nullarbor backtrack and got caught in the dark.
Or
Ooh.
That's pretty hefty.
Yeah.
And Trevor Roberts said, my biggest hurdle was transitioning from MX to trials. It was
Oh, yeah.
so hard not to go too fast in the sections that learned the hard way.
Someone should tell Stewie that.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a pretty wild transition.
Yeah.
To trials. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah, that would
one
be.
end of the spectrum to the other. That's
Oh, yeah.
Because I know Tim, my youngest son, Tim, he went the other way. He went from trials to MX, and he said the same thing.
Yeah.
It was incredibly difficult to switch. Yeah, so unreal. But breaking news, Mark's talking about Mark Austin. Great to have you on the show, Mark. Mr. EM for WA and everything electric. News out of Japan. The Yamaha factory racing team have just recently announced that they will be competing in the all trial in Japan. That's the top level competition in Japan on their TYE 2.1, which they've been developing. Now they've been riding the TYE 2.0 for a couple of years now. They've been competing in the Trial E Cup in 2018, 2019, and in the Trial 2 in the World Championships last year. And they've been developing that, and they've just come out with what they're calling the 2.1, and they've announced that they will be competing at the highest level in Japan on this bike against all the petrol bikes.
Nice.
And that. And they've made a pretty bold statement here that they aim to win that championship in 25. So they've basically given themselves 3 years to win that championship. Now that's a pretty bold statement. So they're obviously very confident in their product, and they must be developing something that's going to be competitive against the petrol bikes. So breaking news. You heard it here tonight.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is
See
breaking.
how it goes.
We need to have like a little
So-
breaking news.
So
You can just do it every time.
Oh, could I?
yeah.
Well, I don't know. Throwing pencils is just as good as announcing breaking news.
Exactly. So just finishing off trials news, closer to home here in Perth, the Pathfinders Club has announced that they're locking in venues for their calendar, although they have noted that they are struggling a little bit with venues for 2023. So as you should anyway, just double check the venue that is stated for the trial that you're going to. There's going to be an entry increase to the event going up $5. Now the AJS haven't announced what they're doing, but they are going to have increases as well, I believe. The other thing is for the summer series for the Pathfinders, it's an hour earlier start. So where we normally start at 9:30, the summer series will be starting at 8:30. And for the winter season, they'll be starting a half an hour early.
Ooh.
So we'll be starting at 9 instead of 9:30.
We'll be starting in pitch black.
Yes. The other news is you probably heard some rumours. Frank Walling announced it last night that Ben Walling and Mark Atherton is heading to Europe in March.
Ooh.
Look out for that. I did mention the MA proposal last fortnight, I think.
Is that for the
trials
trial standalone?
Trials standalone unit. They're calling it a unity package, and that
Yep.
is all the trials clubs that left MA and went to AMA are looking to come back. Well, yes, that might be a pretty broad statement, but that's the objective, is to bring all the clubs back under MA and be united. And if you're going to the national championships in South Australia and intend to ride their state championships, I believe it is now a 2-day event instead of a single-day event.
Yes, and if you are planning on going over there, I suggest you start looking at accommodation now. It is getting snaffled up very, very, very fast. I managed to snag us a deal on Airbnb, but yeah, if you are considering going, really start to source those places to stay.
That's about it for me for trials news.
Mr. Pruden, what's been happening in the world of hard enduro?
There is.
Oh, wait.
much
Should I
going on.
rephrase that? What has not happened in the world of hard enduro?
Things are like really heating up. Not so much locally, but on an international level, it seems like everything's happening at once. But before we get stuck into any of that, the most exciting news of the whole lot is that we announced this on the last show, but the raffle bike. So WA Hard Enduro have teamed up with Moto Dynamics, and there is a beautiful bike up for grabs.
She is pretty pretty.
There's a lottery going for it. The link will be either available in the comments or we'll post up some. It's in the comments. So if you want to enter into the lotto for the bike we're about to show you around. Look
Yes.
for the link.
Do you guys want to go up and have a little wander?
Yeah, we're going to go check it out. So
Because
come with us.
Neil's got his little gimbally thing. So we'll let you guys wander.
Come this way. All right, look at this thing. Isn't it just beautiful?
Well, she'll be even more beautiful when the stickers go on.
Yeah, so guys, all I want to say is Simon's put a huge amount of work into setting this bike up. All the parts have been added to it, but there is final touches to be done. The sticky kit's going to be added shortly. It's going to be a very unique looking bike once by the time it's done. The final look will be revealed next Wednesday. Yep, so you either come down to the shop for the draw or tune in, there'll be a live feed. So I'm going to take you through some features on this bike. It's been decked out with all the best gear that you need to get straight into hard enduro. So starting with protection, this bike's got it all. We've got the disc guard on the back here, disc guard on the front, radiator braces, carbon fibre pipe guard. We've got a fan.
There's the black
thing
on the black.
It's a hard enduro bike and it's got a fan. Beautiful thing.
Pruden, there's a black thing underneath the bike too. A bash plate.
That'll be a bash, an AXP bash plate. Yeah, beautiful. So there is nothing missing from this bike to get straight into the tough stuff.
Oh, and don't forget the red chain, which will make them ride faster.
Oh, sorry.
You don't have to shout, Jess, you've got
just
a
a
mic.
special little touches. We've got a red chain here. Lovely looking thing, red sprocket. It's just a gorgeous looking bike. The 2023 RR Racing decked out with KYBs front and rear for 2023. I can't wait to go for a rip on it. Whoever wins. Yeah, and it's not just the bike that you're getting, guys. There's a lot more to it than that. So we got this gazebo. So you're going to look as flash as Michael Jackson down at the track. You get a stand, you get a mat, and you get all this stuff with it, right? So we get a spare expansion chamber. Very handy for us rough hard enduro guys who are smashing up on a rock. We've got a great photo to show you in a bit, by the way. Cody Webb coming your way. We've got a set of tyres. We've got some stuff for the hard enduro. We've got mousses. We've got a whole bunch of oil. We've got levers and controls. The whole package. Some straps, filters. There's nothing, no stone left unturned. So guys, get yourself a ticket.
And Pruden, if they buy tickets within the next 10 minutes, we'll throw in a free set of steak knives.
Oh, the steak knives. Do you guys like steak knives? Next 10 minutes. If you buy a lotto ticket, it's actually going to include steak knives. Jess is making sure of it.
What type of steak knives are we going to get, Jess?
Oh, I don't know. Steak knives.
Steaky knives?
Awesome.
I don't know. Do you get special knives for particular steaks? Like, do you get like a, I don't know, I can't even think of a name of a steak. A Scotch fillet knife?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
So that's
anyway.
awesome. I must admit, I had a ball putting that bike together. I loved
There's
it.
a lot of.
I loved it.
I mean, it's probably a bit easier for you, Simon. You're working on bikes all the time, but when I've got a bike and get all the parts to add onto it, it takes me so long. I underestimate it every time just how long it takes to add all that stuff. So that's an added bonus, isn't it? You don't have to worry about all the time spent to.
It's all there ready to roll.
To rock and roll.
It is,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. So, no, I'm going to actually look forward and having great pleasure in ripping all those stickers off tonight and getting it ready for the new ones to go on. If only I could tell you all about it, but I won't.
You can't.
Lips are sealed. So, now we've talked about the raffle. What else has happened? You mentioned something about a expansion chambery.
Yeah, okay, so this takes us to, there's a whole bunch of events that have ran over the last 2 weeks, and it's just crazy, so exciting, and there's heaps and heaps of review footage on YouTube, articles written on Enduro 21 is a great website.
Is that a new
to go
one,
to.
Neil? Is Bo going to do hard enduro?
They're not seeing that.
Oh, aren't they?
They're just seeing you at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's a bit not great.
So we had first round of the US Hard Enduro series. I've watched the whole series for the last couple of years, and it's fantastic.
And do you
really
know where
good
this one was
racing.
held?
Yes, I did know. It's called King of the Motos, but Johnsonville or something like that. I don't even know in
Knoxville?
what part of the US.
I'd
it
say
is.
somewhere like you'd be like your Utah,
It looks quite
Grand Canyon-y,
deserty.
yep,
Yeah.
Texas.
Anyway,
I don't know.
Somewhere between New York and Los Angeles, maybe.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
it's got to be, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be there somewhere.
So
Actually, do you know what? That actually reminds me of driving through to get to Vegas. That section. There.
For the way you drive, I could imagine.
pop
it.
over
Well,
the
I
rocks
was
and that.
not driving.
Oh.
I was 15 at the time. I was
Well-
stuck in a car when our folks drove all the way from Los Angeles to New York. So I've driven through a lot of places.
So
But yes, keep
King
going
of the
through.
Motos. The event went over 2 days. In the end, Tristan Hart, the robot, took it out. The guy is very hard to beat. He's already proving to be the #1 contender for the US Hard Enduro Series this year. Closely followed by Cody Webb. Now, on the first day of racing, Cody's had a bit of a mishap and some close company with a bunch of rocks and put up probably one of the best caved-in pipes I've ever seen.
Wow.
And this actually got him dropped him back to second place in the first race. He was leading it, and then this happened, and he sort of lost a little bit of performance from
But
the
you know
bike.
what?
Still finished. The
Yeah.
bike still carries on riding
Wow.
when it looks like that, but just a little bit of limited performance.
I actually think it's a great design like that because it now comes with a flat base that I would be able to use as a vase. So there you are, motorcycle
I'm sure
people.
that's the first thing that went through Cody's mind. He was
I
like,
know.
oh, sweet.
Oh, I'm
got a
sure.
I
yeah, I'm
dream,
sure he was thinking about flowers.
dream of trying to convert one of those into a vase somehow. I will get there one day. I might just now have to bang into a rock, but we'll get there.
At least you can't hit
Danger.
a rock again in the same spot. We've got Tristan Hart, Cody Webb, Ryder LeBlond in third place, and in fourth place, an Aussie guy, Will Reardon. So he's over there racing the series. He's actually making his way back over to Australia at the moment for the Super Enduro series that kicks off pretty soon. I'll probably have some more details on that on the next show.
Because that's in Melbourne, Victoria.
Victoria, I think. I need to come up to speed with what the
What's
exact
going on there.
details,
Yep.
but we've got some WA guys going out for it as well. So more info to come on that. But so moving on, we also had round 1 of the British Extreme going on. And now this was the Valleys Extreme. And guess who won it?
Ooh, your favourite man. Was it Billy?
Yeah, it was BB.
It-
Aww.
The boy, Billy Boy.
The
So
legend.
he's it's awesome to see him go home to the UK and race these events. Like he's getting in amongst it with the locals, and they love to see him there. It draws in some massive crowds, and imagine having the opportunity to race up against Billy Boy as a local around that track. So
Oh, Neil, could you just imagine doing the Scottish 6-day on one of those bikes?
Oh. No.
a bit mucky, wasn't it? It's
Oh
just
my
cold
God.
and wet
lordy,
and muddy.
and slippery and brr.
So moving on, we got the one of the bigger events in France, the Alpinestar. It's round 1 of the new European Hard Enduro series, and Sherco had a really good result on this one. Wade Young came in at first place, beating Manny, and Manny is no tough opponent. I didn't make any sense.
That's okay. I rubbed off
know what
on
I meant
you,
though,
so
right?
We know what
yeah,
you mean. Yeah.
It's one of those episodes tonight.
It's very
You're getting
hot.
your
and
tongue
I'm
in a
getting
tangle?
really sweaty.
Whoa!
Oh!
Yeah, there's some great highlights from Alpinestar. It's a massive event. They get a huge turnout. I think they had about 500 bikes racing.
Holy mackerel.
That's
Yeah,
massive.
so Wade
That's
Young,
massive.
Manny in second place, and Mario Roman in third place. So good to see Sherco up on the podium there.
And then I guess you
Nice
went
work.
miles to Budapest, my hidden treasure chest.
Yes,
Golden grand piano.
That's
No,
exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'll let you lead on with Budapest with the
So,
Super Enduro.
to round a pretty hot couple of weeks
I
off,
actually
we had,
have to tell a lie. I missed watching this one.
oh, well, you can always catch up, Jess.
I know.
It's easy to get to
Get-
on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
get
know.
with the
And we've
program.
got actually we got some video clips of it
Oh,
right
well, I
here,
have
or
to-
some
oh.
photo, just
Oh
photos.
no, we don't.
Oh,
Oh, just the photos.
how disappointing. Yeah, no, that's great. So,
Billy?
surprise, surprise, you're wrecking up me thunder here, Jess.
Sorry.
It's the Billy Bolt show once again. The guy is just unstoppable. So when you do get around to watching the recap of the event, whether he starts at the front, starts at the back, it does not matter. The guy will win every race.
Do they need to do like a Tonya Harding, maybe? A pipe in his spokes or something, just to.
I reckon even if you did, you'd still
You'll
find a
need
way
more
to
than
win.
pipe in the
There was-
spokes.
on the second race, you see him get caught up in the rock garden for about 15 seconds, stuck. Cody Webb come past him with I think 2 laps left to go. Billy Bolt ended up maybe 10 seconds behind Cody, caught him up, got in front of Cody, and then still won the race. It's just incredible. The guy is just a machine. I'd hate to be racing against
He's
him.
insane. Insane.
So that's it for events. Last thing I wanted to add as far as news goes, and bringing it back to the local within Australia, our mate Tim Coleman has been signed to Sherco for 2023,
Nice.
which is fantastic news. I love Tim. I love what he's doing, and I really love seeing him getting back in amongst it. He's
So,
doing the Super Enduro.
I was going to say he's back to competing now because
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
he had that. Was it last year or was
The
he
year
still
before,
recovering?
yeah.
But I know
So
he's had a big long
last
recovery.
year he was taking it pretty easy, doing a bit of commentating, that sort of thing, like live track work, video streams. But this year he's going to be doing, he's announced he's going to be doing a bit of competing. He's not going to do a whole series. He's going to just pick and choose what he wants to do and have a bit of
good.
fun. So it's just wicked to see him out there and being his old self again.
That's fantastic. Wish you all the best, Tim. Great
Yeah.
to see that.
And that's it from me.
That's it from you.
Wow.
Well, we're actually still going to go cut back into you because
yeah.
Sherco have announced a release of five new parts. Is
Yeah.
that right? For
Yeah,
the
that's
for
right.
the bikes.
Yeah,
So
this
please
stuff
explain.
Gets me really excited. Now,
Oh,
so this is probably going to be news to most people, and it's only just been released. But so Sherco will release that, just like KTM and the other brands, their own factory hard parts. So that's essentially what they've done here. So bits you can buy straight from Sherco. They're not aftermarket. They're straight from Sherco.
or you
And-
can get from the shop. They can come in store.
Oh, that's what I mean. So they're Sherco parts, but you'd buy them from your Sherco dealer.
Make
So
sure.
first cab off the rank is probably the most exciting, in my opinion. They've got a diaphragm clutch conversion. Now this goes from conventional style of clutch, which some guys in the top end of competition seem to have some issues with. You've got a diaphragm clutch available. It's the same style of clutch that's used on the KTMs, on the Beta, and it's proven very worthwhile and can take an absolute beating. So there's a cool upgrade there. We've got a new factory tall seat. So Sherco already have two seats available, the standard height and a low seat where they cut about 30 mil out of the seat. So they've added a tall seat to the range, which is an extra 15 mil on top. So great for the taller riders.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool
Bit of
idea.
extra comfort, yep.
Yep.
The next item that they've released is reinforced clutch discs for the standard Sherco clutch, and this will be on the 2-stroke and the 4-stroke models, but only the 450 and 500 4-stroke models, but 250 and 300 2-stroke models. So, like I mentioned earlier when we're discussing the need for the diaphragm clutch, some guys will experience slipping or under really high load scenarios, and you've got a reinforced clutch disc set here that you can apply to the standard clutch set, which will help overcome those issues.
Yeah, and the diaphragm clutch is really awesome because it's the way the clutch feeds in. You don't. It's how can I say? It's accurate every time. When you feed it in, it's at the same spot.
Yeah,
When you use your standard clutch, you'll find it'll judder, and at different times it feels like engages at different points.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of the diaphragm
So
clutch.
it loses consistency over
Yeah,
time or with heat and that sort of thing.
Yeah, because the diaphragm clutch keeps all your plates square, and you get the direct impact straight the same all the time.
Yeah, right.
So
Cool.
definitely
That's good
worthwhile, the
input.
diaphragm.
Yeah, lovely. So moving on, the next part that they've got available is fork protectors, so lower fork protectors. These are really good if you're riding in super muddy or dusty conditions. They're not only going to keep the mud and dust out off the lower fork leg, but they'll also offer you a bit of protection, like with scratching, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the last item that they've got available, made available, is the radiator sleeves. So you slip these little these socks over your radiators, and it's a bit of added protection from mud and that sort of thing, sand, debris. So yeah, just a bit of added protection there. Really cool item. They're thinking outside the box. They're trying to accommodate for all different types of riders, and it's wicked to see them releasing these parts. So if any of that sounds pretty interesting to you, come and speak to the guys here at Moto Dynamics, and they'll be able to order these parts in for you. They're available in Australia now, so yeah, hit them up.
I wonder if they, with the radiator protection sleeves, they do it in clothing, so you can wear that. So when your husband roosts you, your clothing doesn't get destroyed. It's like an extra level of protection.
A Hessian sack that you can just wear.
You can buy those white disposable ovals, Jess.
Well, I think I just might have to wear them at the next hard enduro I go, because my husband's like, oh.
The question I want to ask is, do they provide husbands with one to stop, to blank out the whinging from...
Whoa!
Oh, someone's sleeping with Gus again tonight. Oh, crazy.
I could see it coming out of your mouth, and I'm like, gee whiz. There we go.
Now, Simon, we're on to the bikes.
Bike
what
talk.
I actually feel like we are bursting at the streams, at the seams with bikes at the moment.
Well, we have actually got a reasonable number of bikes in the shop. We've not long received 3 X-trainers. So we've got X-trainers on the floor. Well, sorry, I tell a lie. I haven't unboxed them all. I've unboxed one, because there's a customer who's chomping at the bit to pick his up, and he'll be here tomorrow to pick up his new X-trainer. But we've got 2 more in the boxes, so hopefully before the end of the week I'll get one of those out and on the floor, so you can come and have a look at it. We've got a 200 RR Racing on the floor for you to have a look at as well as the Wes Raffle bike.
Yes.
And of course we've got a couple of RRs on the floor as well. We've got 2 Shercos on the floor, 1 on the way. It should be here next week. And the 500s, the big Sherco 500s, are due in very shortly. So I haven't had an update, but they were due in the second week in Feb. So I'm hoping they won't be too far away.
Nice. And we've still got sales on the Beta RR 350s in the 4-stroke and the 2-stroke. There's still some of those in stock, so that's a nice little bargain there with a $1,500 rebate.
There's some great bargains, isn't there? Because we've got 10% off the Trials beaters.
Yep. But there's only a few of those.
There's not, a couple of them are starting to show low stock, so there's probably only 1 or 2 left of those. And your gas?
Yep, we still got the $2,500 rebate on the 2022 models. Yeah,
I tell you what, this puts a bit of pressure on the second-hand market, because anyone that's looking to buy a Trials bike, it's pretty hard to go around and past these sorts of bargains when you think about it.
No, they're fantastic. Now, we have got our home viewer video section. So kind of getting back into like a late 90s nostalgia of funniest home videos. But
I can't wait. Who is it tonight?
Well, it goes back to how we were talking at the start of the show about, you know, something really hard that you've overcome. And when we were talking about the show tonight, and I was thinking of a clip that we can put up, I had this one sitting in the vault, and I thought, this is perfect. And I'd love to share this with you guys. Are you ready to play the clip there, Neil? This is a friend of mine, Kel West, and this is a great little spot that we train for hard enduro. This is the first time Kel's had a go at this section. And it's a lot more difficult than it looks. It's a very slippery run up.
It looks really steep as well.
Steep.
Yeah.
And
He's like a bull at a gate. He just keeps going.
Yeah.
And did you say he is your friend or was your friend after showing this?
Well, I'm his friend. well, no, he's my friend. I'm just maybe not his friend anymore. No, he loves this stuff.
Oh, this is awesome.
This is this is the true grit of a hard enduro rider. This is the kind of stuff that us sickos are into.
Awesome.
It's a mental test as much as anything else. So Kel did eventually get up that hill. I unfortunately didn't grab that, but it's just a display of pure determination and you know, that never give up attitude that makes it so good.
Good on you, mate. I reckon that's awesome. That's
now,
awesome.
if you've got a video like that at home in the vault, be it a stack crash or just someone having a good hard crack at something and finally getting it, send it in to us and we'll put it up on the screen. And at the end of the year, you can go into the prize to win $10,000 bucks. That's right, you've heard me. Dollar bucks. If you haven't watched Bluey, then you don't know what living is.
No idea, but it sounds good to me.
Don't worry, watch ABC for kids and you can listen to Bandit and he talks to the kids and he gives them $1 bucks. It's pretend money.
Danger.
Yeah.
Can we buy a bike with $1 bucks?
No, unfortunately, bikes have to be purchased. All other purchases have to be done with real money, but you're happy to...
Real bucks.
Yeah, real bucks. And go from there. Now, we've also got some events happening over the next couple of days. If you are in Perth and want to refine your trial skills, Neil has a coaching session this Saturday morning at AWST Trials Park. He will put up the link to the website to go and book your ticket. It is $80 per person. It will run from, nope, sorry, I looked at the wrong details. It's a, yes, but it's $120. I was looking at the seminar details. Sorry, people. It's $120. It's a 3-hour session starting at 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. And well worth it because I'm just dying here.
You're just dying.
We just need to cut to a short break.
We're having a good night tonight.
Oh, I
aren't
know,
we?
I'm really on fire. But no, it will come in handy because we do have the start of our Trials Summer Series happening at the end of the month, which will be at AWST Park. So if you want to get a little bit of extra training sessions up your sleeve, well worth booking in with Neil for that one. Then, if you're really wanting to hone on your skills to learn obstacle riding. So again, at AWST Park this Saturday, but from 4:30 till 7:30, Neil is holding a seminar where you can learn the art of riding obstacles. Now, it is not a riding session. It is, as Neil calls it, a TED Talk, where he will ride and demonstrate. He'll have his whiteboards. You can ask questions, film it, record it, whatever you want to do, but it is $80 per person. And if you're really wanting to refine your skills, whether or not you're a trials rider or a hard enduro rider, this one is one to not miss.
Cruising.
And Neil, you'll have the links go up in the comments for that one as well.
The website's in there.
And then we've got one for the kids.
Yes, yeah, we've got the AJS are fantastic. They're running a kids series, and this will be round 2 on Sunday, the 19th of February. So don't miss out on that one. That starts at 2 p.m. And it'll finish with a sausage sizzle. There's plenty of time for the kids to have fun. You'll see they'll ride the event, then they'll be climbing trees and running amok and having fun, and then there's the sausage sizzle after it. As you may know, Moto Dynamics donated 2 little beater electric trials bikes to the AJS Club. So they are there, 2 spare bikes that kids that don't actually have a trials bike.
Or even for kids just wanting to learn.
Well, just learn, they can have a go on that. So don't miss out on getting up to the AJS Trials Park on Sunday the 19th.
And then Neil mentioned earlier that the Denmark crew, or as they refer to themselves on Facebook, the Great Southern Trials Riders, had a squirt on the weekend. Mark Atherton actually joined the guys testing out his new gasser, and I'm sure this one actually had the front wheel on it this time around.
I like it when he rides around without the front wheel, to be fair.
I know, it's a little bit more entertaining.
Stakes are high.
A big shout out to the Denmark boys. I reckon that's fantastic to see them
Yeah,
getting
and
together.
and I think maybe we need to organise a trial down there because
Well,
we'd have to do it as a long weekendy thing because
yeah,
you know we could all have an epic little mini vacation and ride our bikes.
Yeah, well, they're talking about that, and I mean, I would suggest the Easter weekend. They'd need to have a talk with the other two trials
Or
clubs.
maybe a longer weekend at the end of the year because it's still cooler.
December.
Yeah.
It's
hot up here.
because it's cool
Oh,
down
we
there.
could have a summer series down there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Neil, you're a genius.
There you go.
Oh, brilliant.
Feed his ego too much.
Well, I have to every now and then.
So when's the first actual trial?
So the first trial is coming up on Sunday, the 26th of February. It will be at AWST Park. Now remember that Simon mentioned earlier, because it is a summer series, it will be run earlier. So we will be starting at 8:30. No?
Well, no, I'd check with the AJ. Those event, times I was talking about were the Pathfinders.
Ah,
So check with the AJ what they're doing with their Twilight series.
okay.
Yep.
Twilight.
They-
Oh, so
they-
are they
call
doing an
the-
evening one?
No, the AJ call their summer series, or they used to call them the Twilight series. That's basically their summer rounds.
I thought it was the early bird series.
Oh, it
Or
might
am I
be the
getting
early bird
am I
these
getting
days.
confused now?
No, I'm just probably confusing
Oh,
because
you're-
it was
you're-
always
and that's your dementia coming through,
back
people,
in
so-
19 back
Yeah,
in
back- oh, wait.
1923, it was called the Twilight series.
Oh, you're having a Sophia moment. Oh, bless your cotton socks.
Yeah, so
But no, I will be posting up, and I'm sure AJS will
Yeah,
be posting up
course.
details in the next week or so for registrations and everything for that event, which should be a good one. And we've rabbited on a lot tonight.
You
There
have,
was so.
yeah.
Thank you. There was so much to get through, so thank you for your
Yeah.
patience to bear with us through our
Right.
show tonight.
well, I think it was a great night.
Is there any more comments before we go?
Oh, he was too busy on his phone. Jesus, can't
He
get
was,
good help.
Checking his Tinder.
Yeah.
No, just comments backward and forward. And Anthony Williams is going to come in store and buy a new bike.
That's my cousin. Good on him.
Yeah, and we're throwing in some branded Moto Dynamics Crocs for him.
Oh,
And a
brilliant.
set of steak knives.
Oh yeah.
So
They'll be Moto Dynamics branded too.
We can compromise
awesome.
there, Ant. Ditch the Crocs and yeah.
Go from there. So that's it for tonight's show.
That's bye from me.
Yeah, and see you later from me.
And that is goodbye from me, and make sure you do everything to keep yourself riding. Bye.
See ya.
Ciao.